Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about a game idea that I had way back in January 2018 while I had no internet for 3 months. And it's it takes inspiration from software games, a lot of inspiration from Bloodborne, and it even has a lot of similarities, actually most similarities to Sekiro somehow, despite me making it before Sekiro was even announced. And this game I made is called Immortals, and it takes place in a world where men have gone years ahead in science to the point where they can become immortal. Not only that, but they can raise the dead. Not only that, but they can raise the dead and make the dead immortal. So there's a lot of different types of enemies to fight, and the whole entire goal of this game is to kill everyone in the game. And that becomes apparent later. But first, you are just this guy risen by this other guy that's part of the organization, but he left because everyone in the organization split. And the two important people who split off from the main group are one that rose these mythical beasts back from the dead, and this guy who is raising you, making you immortal, and having you uh, run into the city to kill all the other people of the organization. And so that's what you do in the game, is you go through the city killing everything. And unlike Dark Souls, everything you kill stays dead forever, so there's no power leveling to make it easier. And if you really want a huge challenge, you can avoid all the enemies and just kill the bosses. And so the items and everything, of course, would be balanced around that. You'd have things that came back, like Estus flasks if you died. And you'd keep all items on death and stuff like that and experience. And so you'd go through the city, killing everything, uncovering all the secrets, and you'd get up to the main castle, whatever, with these people from the organization, uh, and you'd find a way to kill immortal creatures. And maybe you wouldn't have that right away, so maybe things would come back from the dead that were immortal. But now you'd have this thing that could kill immortal creatures, like the Immortal Blade in Sekiro. They like stole my idea, but of course they didn't actually, because didn't know about it. But so you take this blade and you kill all the mortal beings, and the thing is the dead are being controlled by the people who bring them back to life, like a necromancer. And so you were being controlled, but somewhere along the way you gained power, or maybe even from the beginning, because you became immortal or whatever, that somehow let you break free from the chains. And so you now, realizing everything is wrong in this world, decide to kill all the immortal creatures and all the people in it to return it back to normal. And so at this point, you've killed all the guys in the organization, and you can go back and kill the guy who rose you from the dead, or you can leave him be. There's multiple endings, but the true ending is you killing everyone who is immortal, including yourself, to make it the ultimate, like, edgiest game. But anyway, so after you've conquered the city, you then go out, and these mythical beasts are like the king of all the beasts. Like, there's the king of the mammals, king of the reptiles, like beasts all of that sort of nature. Like, and it would be like the behemoth, the basilisk, the kraken, and then you'd go and fight all these mythological beasts that are like crazy strong, and kill the guy who split off from the group to go revive all those creatures. And then at the end of it all, you'd make one final choice, much like Bloodborne, and get your ending. And then you could play New Game Plus and stuff like that. But that's the basic idea. And so that's my idea for a Dark Souls game.